that was pretty good. Reward her when she does the right thing.
Okay.
And what helps. All of our good sides and our bad sides. We're nice and active. Yes. That's okay. So try to take a little bit more distance and go in front of her. Yes, that's better. And keep your right hand closer to the bit and kind of turn it against you, into you. Better, 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 better. Gaan we nog een keer proberen. Better, better. But keep her moving forward, right? Exactly. So keep your right hand, have her flexed to the inside towards yourself. And then push her with your whip. Exactly, moves. Yes, that's good, that's good, that's good. And then reward. Good, well done, well done, well done. I actually want you to trot with her today as well, on hand.
Okay.
And the hand. And we're not going to ask her to go sideways or stepping over in trot, obviously, because she's not there yet. But I do want you to start doing that as well.
Okay.
And that's a very good indication, because she doesn't like it necessarily, to see how she responds. If you want to, I can do it first, but that's up to you.
Oh, let me just try it.
Yeah, exactly, and see how she does. And try to be like at her tempo, but don't go very exaggerating like in her steps, but just take your own tempo and own speed just to keep up with her.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the same thing, right, as we're writing. Make sure all the dots are, T's are crossed, I's are dotted. Make sure all the boxes are checked, like is she relaxed, is she in the bridle, is she over her back, is her rhythm correct, etc., etc. If you feel that's the case, you just ask her to trot and just use your verbal commands. Yes, exactly.
No. You don't bite.
Exactly, no biting, obviously, so. But you can see her, like, that's the part, and I think that's lingering from her hoof issue, where she's probably being pretty sensitive, or was sensitive at one point, so she associates trotting still with that little bit of unease and discomfort. So that's why she acts up. Plus, of course, she has to trot in your speed, which is a lot harder than her own. Better? Yes, yes. This looks really good. Good girl. Very nice. So then just keep her active, keep her nice and forward. Keep the connection. Yes, yes, yes. So this is really difficult for her to have that speed to keep up with you. Yes, good girl. Well done. And you can use the exact same aids you were to use for lunging, right? So try, like, whatever you do there to slow her down or speed her up. Use that, the same thing, because that's the reason why we lunge. That's the reason why we give them a verbal aid. So when we're on them, we can use the same thing so they actually understand what we're talking about.
Okay.
Nice, well done. And she's actually relaxing really good. She's actually not being... Her ears are decent. She's nice and relaxed. And she's searching now for, like, a position where she can be in to actually keep this up, because this is very heavy for her to trot this slowly. Good girl. Stop. Let her head down. Have her relax. Oh, ma. To practice that a little bit, just have her head down. A reward. Yes, well done. A couple of times. Really have her stop more abruptly. And she's expecting you to ask her to go sideways, right? So when you stop her, exactly turn towards her, but use your voice to prepare her to do that. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
So that was better to the point where she went fully sideways, but she didn't keep on walking forward. So that's at least a good thing. If she keeps swiveling out, what you can do is go along the wall to block her from swiveling out, basically. And just make the aid correct and teach her the aid correctly. So prepare her. Yeah, exactly. Prepare her with your voice before you do it, just to make it easier for her. Exactly. That's good response, right? Like then to ask her backwards to say like, hey, I don't want you to move forward, etc. So let's try a little trot, see how she does. This side, she seemed a lot better.
Yeah.
She didn't seem as discussion prone. Exactly. Push her shoulder out. And keep her moving. Keep the connection on the inside and try to be soft. That's a good girl. Well done. And again, when you transition down, prepare with your voice, prepare with your body language, like so it's not a abrupt change. It's like a gradual, like, hey, this is gonna come. Prepare her to make that transition. Same with trot, we'd ask trot and then slowly move her into a trot. So it's never like hard lines. It's very, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. We're gonna prepare. Yes. And like starting to trot yourself, starting to run yourself is a very good way to prepare her to say like, hey, I want you to start doing this. So that's really nice. And there she kind of fell out of it, but it's okay. Ask another halt. Started out good and then turned out a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, she feels, but I mean, see there, outside rein, outside leg, not inside rein. Exactly. I think that's a good thing you did, like move up with your reins to kind of, because then she can't go into it anymore, right?
Right.
And when she drops, you relax. And again, we want to kind of have that forward momentum going on. Because if she stops, she can go up, which we don't want. But I know she can be fickle with her leg, with your legs. So we're just gonna try to solve it this way. Just have her quiet a little bit. There you go. And try to feel when she does certain things, before she does certain things. So you can stop her before she gets there. That's a good girl. Yes. Right leg, right hand. Yes. Good. And then left leg nicely connected. Forward. Good. Yes. And then relax her down and see if she'll take a little bit more rein. So and really almost immediately start with inside leg to outside hand. So have your outside hand connected, slightly turn to the inside with your shoulders, your outside leg behind the girth, and your outside hand so connected, right? And then your inside hand asking, and push her with your inside leg to start her to bend straight away and ask her flexion. Close your outside hand when she does that, outside leg. You can kind of give her a little nudge with your outside leg to say like, hey, I don't want you to do that. Stop that. So we start kind of bending her straight away. We don't give her the room and time to actually do this, to actually be, start to act up, basically. Exactly, when she wants to drop, she'll drop. There you go. I would say not follow, put your hands down, just keep your hands where they are and just give her a little bit more rein and relax your hand out. If that makes sense. Just kind of open your hand and see if she will take a little bit more. Exactly. Work on the rhythm. And then slowly just start doing serpentines, right? So we're gonna bend her, flex her, all that stuff. Outside rein, outside leg. Yes, that was good. Before she actually got to that point. I'm gonna bend her and flex her through the exercises so she has something to occupy her mind with and somewhere for her energy to go. Want her a little bit more active if she'll take it. Yeah, that's hay on the ground. I get it.
Very tempting.
But that's just interesting to see. You'll see it back in the clip how flexible her neck is. That she just basically curls all the way up just to look at the ground. So now right leg back and up, yes, and then relax. So as soon as she gives, you just give yourself and relax. That teaches her like, hey, this is where I'm supposed to be because the pressure stops. Forward. It's like the inside leg, slightly to the inside, outside leg back, inside hand asking. So squeeze and let go, squeeze and let go. Squeeze, squeeze, and yes, and then relax. Outside rein, change, left leg back, exactly, slowly to the curve. Keep that rhythm going, right? You felt the little stagnation there?
Yep.
Exactly, because the turn was slightly too tight and you lost rhythm there, and that's why she lost everything else as well. Dan zie je dat ze staart naar links draagt. Dat is een interessant gegeven. Outside leg, outside hand. And a little bit more active. Come on. She's always a bit funky there because she thinks stuff is going to happen or that she saw something. Just ignore it and just push her forward. And try to see if you can get a little bit more rhythm out of her, because this is kind of, yes, that's better. That's what I want to see. That's a lot better. Yes, 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 yes. Outside ring. Exactly. Well done, well done. And reward, reward, and out. Good girl. Very well done. See how when you kind of click, the ace is like, oh, this is how this goes. Because again, when you put your left side back, her right hind is going that way. And that's kind of what it's like, right? Like you're pushing her over with your opposite side.
Right.
And then you're closing your outside rein to stop that front end from moving. Exactly, exactly, and reward. And then we're going to get to the point where, once you've got this down a little bit, where you're going to ask with your inside leg, you're going to push when her inside hind is about to leave the ground. So she pushes that off more, right? So she speeds up that a little bit. So she pushes that off and sets that further under her mass. So and that's going to be now. Now, 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 outside rein, now, now, well done. So that was a bit too good, but very well done. Let's reward her and let her go out. So that's really good. But that's also how you ride a normal leg yield from like down the center line or at the wall.
Okay.
Exact same concept. You put your opposite side back. So if you turn right now towards me, right half center line. Now you put your left shoulder back while keeping her moving that way. Exactly, there she goes. There she goes. But she's behaving really well. And that's kind of the work you can do with her when she's pent up. right? So you can ask her leg yields. You can do leg yields on the wall. You can do stepping over, backwards, forwards, slower, like get her to drop. Yes, that's really good. Now she's... Did you feel her? She was starting to carry herself there. You were not like...
I even felt her back kind of
Exactly. So then she was actually engaging her top line. Yes, and then try to move her out a little bit because she curls up. But I'd rather have her curl up there from by herself because we can kind of telescope her out later than if she is too up front already or just falls apart. And again, cross the T's, dot your I's, and then slowly ask her to... There you go. Same things, just faster. Keep your elbows nice and bent, forward first. Active forward first. Try to rotate. Head up. Head up, head up, don't let her... If the head goes down, you're kind of done. And again, relax her down, relax her into it. Rotate your pelvis a little bit forward to really absorb the concussion, right? Sit like an old cowboy. If you feel the other side, she might be better. You can change direction, that's fine. There you go. And ask her a nice little trot, nice and forward, active. There you go. Inside rein asking, outside rein nicely connected. And don't try to do too much with your reins. I know it's very tempting. And I know I've just talked to you a lot about like the closing of the hand and the relaxation and release. But a lot of times what you'll find with a lot of horses, less is more. The less you do, if you can just have that nice connection and be super soft, that should be point number one. And then you can feel how much, a little bit more forward, come on. Then you can feel how much a horse will need from your hands to actually give and do what you ask him to do. Some horses you can't touch and are super soft even just by a tremor of your finger. Other horses you have to actually do a little lift with your inside hand to say like, hey, I want you to let go, I want you to release, and I want you to respond.
Okay.
A little bit more active. More forward. Keep that going. Come on. Keep that energy. That's fine. Forward first, then the rest. That's better. Yes. Start to march. This is what we want to see. And again, inside leg. Just tap your inside leg to outside hand. And get her loose. Yes, that was really good. Get her loose of that inside rein. You really start to have her in that outside rein. To really have that inside leg to outside connection. A little bit more. See how you lose like the impulsion and how she then goes on the forehand and kind of loses everything? So keep that energy from behind is the most important thing you have to commit to, that rhythm, because now she slows down again and kind of falls apart. This is forward, leg. And I know you don't want to tap her, but there you go. And again, as soon as she falls out of that, we want to have a little more. That's a good girl. See if you can change direction and do some at your own leisure, whatever figurine or symbol you want to do. And steer her with your outside rein and outside leg. So now inside leg, outside hand. Keep her active. Come on. Keep her moving. A little more. Still a little more. That's better, that's better, that's better. That's kind of where I want her to move. You can even have a little more than that. That's better, that's a good sign. She's slowly starting to relax. And if she wants to snort and take it out of your hands, that's fine, because she cannot snort when she is a little bit behind the vertical. So you have to let her go a little bit when she wants to do that. But feel how she wants to pull it out of your hands downwards and not. That was a really good response, right? She knew she wasn't responding, and you corrected her, and she actually responded really well. Instead of going all the way, I don't know what she usually does. A little bit more active. This is not really a trot. She doesn't have a moment of suspension. This is better. This is what we want to see. That's good. This is nice. I really feel the connection up front. Nice and soft. Yes, yes, yes. See how she starts to drop there when you have that connection up front, and then you ask her forward? She has to go down off your leg. Yes. And again, see how she stops moving there with her impulsion, and then she comes up because she loses her balance and she can't stay in frame. So you have to maintain that rhythm constantly for her. You have to dictate how fast she's going and where she's going. Right there, close your outside leg, close your outside hand, because she'll go over her shoulder there. Exactly. A little bit more. She can drop a little if she wants and extend a little if she can. Keep her forward. Yes, yes, yes. Forward, active. Don't care. Yes, 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 yes. See how she slows down there? Did you feel that? That was because she was trying to put her nose on the vertical. That takes more strength of her, from her. So you have to push her into that a little bit and then collect the front again. Push her into that even more. So when you feel that, that's actually her trying to be on the vertical and be where she should be and actually extend her top line. So that's a really good feeling. But do you feel how precarious that balance is between leg and hand?
Yes.
So you can't collect too much up front, but you can't collect too little. You can't push too much and you can't push too little. You have to be right there. You have to be in sync with each other. You have to feel where she should be.
Okay.
See if she'll follow your hand. She loves to curl up. And again, touch her a little bit and push her into that. Yes. See how she drops there from your leg?
Yeah.
She's not dropping from your hand. She's actually dropping when you push her into it, but you have a little bit of a connection. Forward. And see, she starts to be fiddly when there's not a lot of impulsion going on.
Right.
Because she has balance issues, which is logical. Exactly. And do you also feel like when she drops, how she kind of aligns herself?
Yep.
She kind of becomes straight because that's the only way she can be relaxed and down, because her spine is in line with itself. When she pulls there, just push her forward. But that is like roughly where she needs to go. When you relax and when you release the reins, she should actually go downward and look for that rein connection and look for that soft hand. Yes. Yes, yes. But this exactly, and see if she'll extend all the way down. That was really good. So what we want when we do that, yes, she's behind the vertical there, but we want her to become a ball with her body and not pull it out of your hands and fall apart. I want you to guide her down, right? You decide where she goes with her neck and head, not her. She's not pulling out. No, I'm going to guide you all the way down to your pasterns, and then I'm going to guide you all the way up. I decide where you are positioned. I decide your frame. Yes, yes, yes. And keep that soft connection and keep that energy from floating away. Keep that nicely looped and keep that energy going and turn her into a ball. That's exactly what we're trying to do. That's good. Cool. Let's see if she'll, yes, good girl. Well done. I just hold her and see if she,
Wait, what?
ask her to stand still. Ask her to go backwards when you're ready. So you you rotate your pelvis the other way. So you make her back a little hollow.
Okay.
And then you, yes, 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 and relax. Good girl, well done.